Hey, we are live. Okay, I'm getting used to this. It says I can have an intro video. Should I do that? We'll make like a really cool Pricebook Ninjas. Like, sorry, I thought about it like instantly. Okay, Pricebooks, we are live. It looks like, and last week we tested for the first time on my personal Facebook profile, on the Pricebook Ninjas Facebook business page, and our Pricebook Ninjas YouTube page. So that's very cool. This will be the second week that it'll be running. Okay, and I'm going to share my blank extra screen because we're going to start going over Pricebooks. Entire screen, we'll do that. Okay, cool. And let's start getting some things over. I got to get a different file. We've been doing a lot on the back end. So I know every time here I have to get new files. We've been doing a lot of organizing, cleaning. And when I'm doing this, I'm just kind of flowing a bit. So we have to clean up a little bit of Dave's mess. We were doing a lot on the back end. We are systemizing everywhere that we can. The biggest thing is our guided startup or onboarding that we have a lot of success with. We are figuring out how to make it faster, smoother, cleaner. We're going to be asking a lot more questions, a lot more items in the questionnaire. We're really trying to get in on material costs. So we always have asked for certain material items like water heaters, if you're a plumber, motors for electricians, or excuse me, motors for electricians, motors for HVAC. So we're really just trying to dig, and kind of all the questions that I go over in the meetings where we can have that in an organized training. We want to try to pack more into the time, get more done for the same price. That's kind of the hope here, is that we can just get a lot more done, get this book working for you more. The development that's gone into this book is pretty cool. And what we're doing is even cooler. I don't know if there's another company. We're trying to kind of get into your minds and get something that's over to you quickly, that's working for you. We have been successful many, many times for a long time now, but we're trying to just be better, faster, smoother. Any other cool names that I can think of? Words. Okay. Dave, shut up. So plumbing book, because I am always partial to plumbing. I did have another one up, but now this is the one I want to use, and we should name this demo. I like caps. I like caps in the price book. Some really cool thing in the price book over here. It's easier to do caps, much easier to do caps. So you're not worrying about sentence case or capitals, anything like that. So in these books, go capital because it helps with like your material and things like that. Our upload docs auto change depending on what's needed. And we have, it's not on this sheet because we have it hidden. Let me see if it's this sheet. Yes. What we've done is we made a document that has specific words that we want capitalized and certain things, capitalized however. So this would be inside of here, and we kind of have a lot of that covered. But it will make it look normal. And with our categories, subcategories, and names, we have the first letter capitalized, But when we get into the descriptions, it's just the first letter until there's a period, right? Just like super sentence case. We have commas and all that, but after a comma, it'll be capitalized. We write our descriptions in sentence case anyway. But I really enjoy capitals. It just helps. Shift button wastes a second. Does anybody know what this blue dot is here? It is just coming up today, and I'm only seeing it on certain docs. One of my guys asked ChatGPT, and it says it's like a Google Workspace icon refresh. I have no idea what that means. Google has started rolling out a redesigned workspace, Google has started rolling out redesigned workspace icons, including Google Sheet. I guess it does look different, right? Let me grab one of the old ones. I can't do the passwords. Here's actually something we're working at we're test running kind of our back end kind of stuff to make with the developer. But this one is the old look, and this is the new look, apparently. It's just tough when things are new. House Call Pro just changed a shit ton of stuff, did it not? It's rolling out per company. Like, let's see, I'm in a client's account now. It's not there. Let me go into my demo account. No, still the old way. Still the old way with your buttons up top, but they changed it up and went buttons on the left. They went buttons on the left. It's kind of, a lot of CRMs are like that. I don't want to just say CRMs, but I feel like currently navigation on the left is very popular. I think that's just a thing in general. There's just a lot of navigational stuff that I feel like I see on the left. On a desktop, it'll be like mostly on the left. If it's like an app, down on the bottom, right? That's really popular. The buttons on the bottom, much like Facebook's mobile app. Oh, here we go. Here, House Call Pro is getting a new look. Look at that. I didn't even read that. Let's see what's new. This was, I feel like, a lot of stuff. Stripped away old friction. One thing that House Call Pro has done really well is, build, create, improve. I know some things still, like, complaints are like, we wish they'd finish out a feature. For sure. They're getting there. Sometimes I think it's the race to the feature, right? You need the feature started, made, tested, used. There's, you got to get it up, and you get it up as like a working system, and you find the bugs. And I'm sure they have and pay contractors and stuff. They do studies, but some of this stuff has got to get out into the field and get using and working. The House Call Pro Facebook group is unbelievable data for them. I can't imagine even just the pro votes, all of the pro votes, and organizing those, getting those in order. They're trying. Am I sharing the screen? I wasn't even sharing the screen. Oh, this is bad. I did it before. So a whole new look. It looks like across mobile and web. It'd be really cool. I can't wait to see the mobile app. I'm never really in the mobile app. I'm always on the desktop app. Job details have changed. Estimate details have changed. The image thing is cool. Maybe it's smaller than before. I feel like way back when, the image of the home took up way too much of the screen. I'm talking many years ago. New invoice stuff. Cool. I guess I'm gonna have to check that out. Modernized invoice creation screen with a more intuitive layout. One thing that House Call Pro had that I heard not that I've heard, but it just like what I've heard people, it is a common thing that they enjoy the app, that it's easy to use. I've heard repeatedly that like team members, staff members have been able to navigate the app without much training, which is very positive. Coming from somebody who worked in the field, I was on Service Titan for a long time. Service Titan desktop sucks. That is the hardest thing in the world to learn. I mean, I don't want to say it's the hardest thing in the world to learn. It is just a lot of features, a lot of buttons, toggles, you name it, it's there. But the mobile app, I feel like, was incredibly intuitive, very intuitive. I could show another technician or a new staff member very quickly how to operate the online portal, but we're talking House Call Pro. So this is cool. This is cool. One really cool thing is there's nobody doing as much as House Call Pro. Jobber is trying, but House Call Pro is really doing a lot. In their class, House Call Pro, Field Edge, don't even waste your time. Service Fusion, another one that I've heard is just not doing well. But between House Call Pro, Field Edge, Service Fusion, Jobber, I still wouldn't even put Jobber in the same class as House Call Pro. Maybe that's just me. N8N, not N8N, M3, I can't remember, M8 services. There's Sarah. I didn't like Sarah. There's another one I'm thinking of, Field Pulse. House Call Pro is investing in their system daily, constantly, trying to make it better. So just give it time, but it's really cool. A cleaner web experience. So this is what that layout looks like. Let's see if I can zoom that in. Too much. Very cool. Yeah, on the left. I've only seen it in one portal so far, and this rolled out this week. Yeah, I know we jumped a bit. If anybody has it, that's cool. We'll see as it comes across. Lots of changes. I started on this thing. Let's try to Google it. New Google Sheets logo. Okay, everything is saying it's rolling out the redesign. Yep, okay, that's it. I thought there was like a bug. There was a time, and I can't remember what it was, there was like a dot. We had a dot. I know we fixed it. But I saw this new drive, this has changed in some places. I see it here on my tab. Okay, so it's just going to take some time to go over. It's not a big deal. Oh, interesting. One that was not, one was the old style, has changed on me. I've had these both up through the day. Cool. Okay, lots of new changes with Google, with House Call Pro. I think you should really enjoy the changes on House Call. I can't wait to see them and see the layout, but any improvement, right? And I touched on it quickly, but that the group, the House Call Pro Facebook group, I mean, I don't think any other software has something like that. One, absolutely, that group is hands down the best for owners, for the app users. There's nothing like that. There were other groups out there. There's like an HVAC owners group that's pretty good. That House Call Pro Facebook group for operating your business, being able to ask questions, operate the software is amazing. But the feedback that they're getting in real time is unbelievable. So much feedback. I don't even know how many posts happen a day, but it is an incredibly quick feed. It's just constantly, every day, many, many posts. And then on top of that, the pro votes. So the data they're receiving, it's not taken lightly. Definitely not. They're working. They're working. It's cool. Okay. Plumbing price book. Well, price book in general. You know, I don't know if I had the comments on the whole time. I just toggled a button. Pretty good at talking the whole time. Okay, I guess I still have to make a couple things public, but we'll get there. All right. Price book operation. We changed a bunch of stuff too. A whole new rollout. So it's just, this is the season, right? Just I don't know what it is, but a lot of change in a lot of places. We're now in a place where we still can't produce things rapidly. Maybe it feels more rapid now. We're able to do a little bit more. I started this whole topic on doing material pricing and some things that we want to really start to dig in on, really start to dig in on, just improve our product. We know some of the pain points. We hear it. So we're trying to find some solutions, see how we can do it. So I've spent the last few days working on plumbing and our onboarding, but specifically material pricing. And we're not going to be doing a lot, but this is our first step into material pricing because I want to figure out vendor specific pricing. That's one of my next goals. I know Ply does it. They use a system where they intercept the emails, the receipts from the purchases that you're making, and however it works with AI. One part I still don't know is how they actually register the part names. We know the stuff on the invoices is written terribly, like ancient alien transcripts. So, and I have trained a search engine, so I wonder if they have really spent the time or they're just continuously using AI to try to match the parts to it. But I spent a really long time. I shouldn't say a really long time. I worked for the company for a really long time, and a little bit of time each day or each week, I plugged information into a search engine. And this was things like C by C, copper by copper, right? Or just all the H by H, hub by hub, H by S, hub by street. And we would relate those to other terms. So then however it would be searched, then that search term could come up. So I don't know if that's how Ply is doing it. Because that's my biggest issue is the setup. We have our material pricing here, and we've written it to be more so English, definitely not how it looks like on a supply house invoice. I'd have to go looking for one. Do I have my messages? I just received some last night, but just the way they're written out are not clear. We know when we're looking at them, we can point that out and say, oh, that's this item, right? Whatever it is. You can know, like, the BTU ratings and all that stuff. But we've written our stuff to kind of be a little bit more plain English and kind of how you'd call it, how the technician would call it. Because the technician wouldn't say, hand me that C by C 90, right? That wouldn't happen. Half-inch C by C 90, that'd be weird. No. Throw me that half-inch copper 90. And then that, throw me that copper street 90. So that's how we wanted to name things. So we are going to be working on kitchen faucets, garbage disposals, bathroom faucets, toilets, water heaters, sump pumps, and water filtration if you provide it. We have already been doing services like drain cleaning. And then into HVAC, and I'm going to be working on HVAC next, but just like House Call Pro, we're going to ever be evolving wherever we can. We're going to just make it better, smoother, faster. We try not to do things. We can't do things too rapidly. Still a very small team, very, very small team. Hopefully we're going to make an additional hire coming up here. But it's just the time that it takes to roll things out, test it. As many people know, when you're in the trenches, and I'm in the trenches. So being owner, right, just doesn't mean that I get to do nothing all day. Much like you guys, you're the busiest person there. So I am doing really well at removing myself from places, hiring staff to take roles on, but there are many times that, like right now, we are fully, well, I shouldn't say right now, this week and next week, we are, two of my staff members have to take some time off. So this week and next week, and then the beginning of the following week, or much, probably into it, is all about our delivery. We're working in the business. I might get to work a little bit on the business, but it's going to be in the business right now. Right. And that's kind of why it takes, but it's helpful in that time because we can ask our current clients some questions that we have, right? Because we're trying to get feedback. Okay. Yeah, material costs. That's the big one. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. Plumbing is hard because of all the little fittings. We thought about, this is our first plan of attack, is pulling part numbers from Ferguson. We have about half done. I shouldn't say half, less than half, because it's a hell of a long list and we're only able to work on it every so often. Where we can pull the part numbers and then we have to find an automation to pull all that part pricing. So you could come on as a client, we would have to use your Ferguson login on the website, and all the part numbers that we would send this automation bot onto your portal to pull all the pricing for those part numbers that we've gotten. Tough things like variations. Ferguson carries like 4 different brands of ProPress fittings. Viega ProPress themselves. There was another one I just saw, like maybe something Jones. There's the ProFlow, the house brand, the Ferguson house brand. And then there's another one, I can't remember. I don't think Watts is making one, but there's Apollo. So it's trying to get the different prices of that, and how many press fittings do we have? This is where it gets tough for us because we have to manually go get these part numbers. So 1/2 inch to 1 1/4 inch, we have 51 parts. That could be 2 days. So doing that across 5 different parts or 5 different brands. So it might just be one of those things that it's for now ProPress. But yeah, we're really wanting to do this. And one of the biggest struggles is no vendors will work with us. No, it is one of the most difficult tasks ever is getting material pricing. We can do good with the very small list that we're asking our clients to do now. It's not that bad. It is not that bad at all. But if we ever say 200, oh shit, no way. They'll send us instead a list of 60,000 items, which one of my guys says is amazing. It's data. but to sift through that is a lot, especially when it's written in the ancient alien transcripts. And just the lift on that. So, yeah, however we can do it. So first would be probably Ferguson. We could do supplyhouse.com. That one, it's easy. We have access. Everybody has access to that, and it's pretty much, it should be the same. I have not tested different computers yet, but I've been using supplyhouse.com to price check for 4 years. And then we do have very basic relationships with a few supply houses around the country, very few locations. So there might be a way there that we can do it, but each one would take just a pretty long time until we can figure out our systems. AI is incredible. I mean, I'm sure whoever's watching uses ChatGPT or Claude or, something. But it can't handle, at least this stuff can't. There's somebody out there putting money into their program. Ply is one. Yeah, I'm really interested to know how they do it. We're going to find a solution. For HVAC, it would be other items. This is where it's tough because of like capacitors. HVAC companies, they carry caps in the trucks. They carry a wide range of caps in the trucks. Generally, the pricing on those are never really more than like $20. Generally. I used to have a report that I'd be able to run on like 290 capacitors, and maybe I just went a little crazy. I know maybe that $20 range, maybe that's like getting into the US made up in the teens, and the single digits are more like import. But with that report, oh man, there was like a capacitor. It was like very expensive. And I just don't know that. I'm not in the field every day, and I only get a certain subset of information that I get to look at. And even then, I'm a little bit more removed. It's my guys that are looking at it. There were some things that we want to do. I mean, it's total future. I'd like to maybe take this into maybe something a little different, maybe creating a school, but somehow processing some data where we can process material pricing, things like that, or kind of have some databases for people to go and pull information from. Our images. I am being a little tight ass about my images for sure. We spent a lot of friggin' time, a lot of money making those things professional as hell. So I am being a tight ass on those just yet, so far. But it'd be cool to make one day those available somehow, some way. But I think the issue is right now we have a certain set of images that it's almost like, oh, what do we do for the extras? And who knows? Yeah. It's the material pricing, though. Keeps me awake at night. I want it. It's going to take some time. We got to get through systemizing. We're really trying to systemize. So we have to get through making everything that we're doing now better, right? And that's part of what like this little material subsection we're doing is what we're just small steps, little changes. Okay. It is that time to go. I know I just ranted the whole time. If you have any questions, please reach out. I don't know if the comments are working. The comments were working last time. Until next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Oh, maybe not. Hang on. Okay.